Today, Kevin and I are going to be trying 4 cookies from Casey's. Casey's is a gas station. We have the chocolate chunk cookie, which we have reviewed in the past. We also have the caramel chocolate pecan. We have the peanut butter cup, which we have reviewed in the past. And we have the peanut butter cookie made with Butterfinger. Now, these were all different prices, so when we sit down at the table, I'll tell you the prices. The reason I bought 2 of them again is because we want to compare them. I want to compare the chocolate chunk to the caramel chocolate pecan. Like, does it make a difference? And like the Butterfinger, the peanut butter cup, is it going to taste a lot different than the Butterfinger? I don't know. So we're going to find out if it really makes that big of a difference. And the reason why that is important, I think, is because the Butterfinger, once we get to the prices, the Butterfinger is a lot more expensive. So if it doesn't taste any different, then there's no use in you spending the money on it if it doesn't taste any different. I love the sugar on the peanut butter cup. Okay, and so this is the Butterfinger. So we'll see which one tastes the best, you know? Like I said, there's no point in you spending a lot of money if there's no point. So first we're going to be trying the chocolate chunk cookie. Like I said, we have reviewed this one in the past. Let me just give you prices though. The chocolate chunk cookie and the caramel chocolate pecan cookie were both $1.39. Both of them were. The peanut butter cup was $1.69. But you jump to the Butterfinger and it was $2.29 just because it has the Butterfinger name on it. So it's like, you know, that's a lot more expensive. So the chocolate chunk cookie is 320 calories. Okay. And these, you could smell the peanut butter.
Especially when you open this peanut butter.
Yes. Okay.
Nice cookie.
It tastes nice, yes.
It's not crunchy at all.
No, it's very soft through and through. Even the chunks of chocolate are soft chunks.
Yeah, even the edge. The edges of the cookie aren't crunchier than it's kind of like a soft batch cookie or something you'd make at home, but without like baking it as far as you could to make it crunchy. So if you stopped before it got that crunch, that's what this is like.
This is like the soft cookie that you want that doesn't have that soft, that funky flavor. Like when you buy the prepackaged cookies, the
like
Pillsbury, the soft batch cookies. This doesn't have that flavor, that additional whatever that is that they preserve it with, because these have a shorter shelf life. So every single one of these cookies had a date on them. And I just frankly removed the date for the video, because if I leave the date,
Samantha, you're eating stuff that's out of date.
You're eating old food. No, you don't realize that we schedule videos. So we've already reviewed it long before it comes up on YouTube, but not everybody knows that you can schedule videos on YouTube. So they think, oh, you're eating something expired. We're not. So it's just easier for me to just not show the date at all.
But the shelf life of these is very short.
It's very short.
Like days.
Yes, yes. So you need to make sure when you buy them, you're ready to eat them. I think that's a good thing.
Yeah, that's exactly, which is unusual for a gas station. Normally, gas station, a year later, they're still good, you know?
Right. Yeah, this tastes as good as that we've had them from like Subway and stuff like that. Yeah. This is just as good as that. This is
as good as some grocery store bakery cookies.
Yeah, it is. Okay, so now we have the caramel chocolate pecan. So I'm wondering, I do see caramel, so it does seem like it's going to taste completely different. And the price is the same. So if the price is the same, and maybe this has a lot more flavor, and you'll want to get this one. It's 330 calories.
Is that good?
Yeah, yeah.
I got a piece of caramel, but I don't really taste the caramel, but I get the pecan.
Caramel chips is what they use.
That is slightly different. than the first one. It's not greatly different though, honestly. The caramel doesn't make that much of a difference.
I think it adds sweetness. I think the caramel, I got 2 big hunks of caramel. So, and it's melty, so it's not like it's really sticky or anything like that. I did not get the pecan.
I got one little piece.
Yeah.
And it really, I mean, it added a little bit of flavor, but not a lot.
I don't think there's enough pecan in there to make a difference, but I do think you do, when you get a good sized piece of the caramel, you do taste it, and it does add a little bit of sweetness to it.
I would just have the chocolate chunk.
So either one of them are good, really.
Yeah, I like the chocolate chunk actually better.
Since they cost the same amount, then, you know, either one of them will do.
True.
Now, the peanut butter cup cookie. I have not watched our video from when we reviewed this before, but I just don't remember it having all that sugar on it. Maybe it did, but I do not remember. And there's more in the bag, so if you wanted to tip that up and just eat it, you could.
Dude, it's really soft.
Now this one is 410 calories.
Well, it does have a whole tablespoon of sugar on top of it. Literally.
And it's peanut butter.
And it's not tiny sugar. It is like chunky sugar. That is so much softer. But no.
That is absolutely wonderful.
That's good. That is like almost homemade.
Yeah. That does taste homemade. Honestly, it's almost better than homemade because they put so much more sugar on it.
Yeah, where you're crunching through the sugar. Now, I don't get the chocolate, really.
Well,
I don't think there's a lot of chocolate.
it's peanut butter cup.
Yeah.
So I don't think there's much of the chocolate on there. It is a...
Don't eat that in the car, though.
No.
Sugar everywhere.
No. It'll be all in the carpet. That is an absolutely fantastic peanut butter cup cookie.
It is really good.
Fantastic. I agree with Kevin. It tastes homemade. It's like you just took it out of the oven, except it's not warm. But it's just as soft as if you took it out of the oven.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
very, very fresh.
Very fresh, very soft. The peanut butter, it's a strong peanut butter flavor. So a lot of cookies, especially peanut butter cookies, Kevin's like, where's the peanut butter? You can't taste the peanut butter.
That's why I usually don't like peanut butter cookies.
It is sweet. It is
there's
strong.
no question.
It has all that sugar. To me, gets a 5 out of 5.
Yeah, that's a really good cookie.
Very good peanut butter cookie.
And honestly, the peanut butter isn't like straight out of the jar peanut butter. It kind of reminds you of a peanut butter cup.
Yeah.
Like a Reese's kind of peanut butter. Not quite Reese's, but it reminds you of that kind of peanut butter.
Yes, because it's so sweet.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's compare that one, which was $1.69. Totally worth $1.69.
Oh, yeah. Prepare to be disappointed.
Let's compare it to the Butterfinger. It is a peanut butter cookie made with Butterfinger, and it's, wow. The peanut butter cup cookie is only 410 calories. Only. This one's 490. Almost 500 calories for this.
I try to make sure you got chocolate in. I'm guessing those little brown, the orangey parts are the Butterfinger.
That's a big hunk of Butterfinger.
It's crunchy. You get a lot of the texture. I even get some salt in there, but I don't really get a strong peanut butter like flavor though. It made it a little chewy, didn't it? It's a lot to eat.
You know what though?
Oh, I got it.
I have to give them a lot of credit because so many of these cookie companies, it's a joke. When they tell you that they put a candy bar in the cookie, you get like one little piece or something. Or a couple
it's ground up so fine that you can't tell it's there.
That you cannot tell that they used it at all. And it's just a joke. It's like in order to use that name and make sales, we're going to put that on there. But they don't really give you much of the candy bar. This candy bar genuinely, I mean, it literally has hunks of Butterfinger in it.
Yeah, you get the texture.
Hunks.
You know for sure.
Yes, for sure, 100%. That is Butterfinger. There's no doubt. Now, it is chewy, but a Butterfinger it can be chewy too. And so I think they did a really good job with it.
I do too.
And I'm pleased with it.
Yeah.
But my choice is the peanut butter cup.
I think the problem is not that it's not Casey's fault that you can't really taste the Butterfinger. I think that's just mixing Butterfinger with a cookie.
I do taste it, but I got a hunk of it. Yeah.
But not nearly as strong as the peanut butter in that peanut butter cup.
Yes, that peanut butter cup cookie.
It's almost like you had a spoonful of peanut butter.
Yes,
that's how good it was.
It is absolutely delicious. Yeah. So Casey's has these in 2 places. They have them at the register when you go to check out. They're right there. Or they have them on like a bar area.
It's they have the slushies and stuff.
Yeah, and so that they have them over there as well. So if you don't see all the flavors at the checkout, ask them, do you have any more? And so they'll point you in the right direction.
And check your dates, because like I said, very short shelf life.
Very,
so if
very
they don't realize it, they may be out of date. Just make sure.
Yeah, just make sure the date's good. But now all of ours were very, very fresh, very delicious.
Very good.
If you had to pick a second one,
the chocolate chunk.
Yeah, the chocolate chunk, I could go for that, or the caramel.
I just didn't think the caramel had any real caramel flavor, really, and the pecan really wasn't there. So I'd rather guarantee that I'm getting chocolate chips or chocolate chunks in my cookie than worry about the caramel and stuff.
60 cents. It's about 60 cents difference between the Butterfinger and the peanut butter. I'm just thinking, is it worth paying 60 cents?
Definitely.
I would just as soon get the peanut butter cup, and I'm just thinking, is it worth paying? So like those are even $1.39. They're 30 cents cheaper than the peanut butter, the chocolate chip is. So for me, I would pick the chocolate chip over paying that much more for just the name, because you're just paying for the name.
Yeah.
So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you've tried any of these, you can let us know your thoughts, and thanks for watching.